Hola, welcome to Fan for Spanish Materials. In today's video, we are going to learn two expressions to show for how long or since when somebody is been doing something till now. So we are talking about actions, yeah, let's say this is now, yeah, and we are talking about actions that were done in the past, yeah, but still till today the person is doing this action. Like, for example, to learn Spanish. Yeah, you've been studying Spanish for some time. Yeah, you started in the past, but you're still doing it till now. So we have questions about for how long you've been doing this or since when, like, yeah, are you doing this? Now, we are always going to use verbs in present tense. Why? Because you are still doing these things. So let's have a look at this. Uh, we have two expressions. Hace cuánto, tiempo que is like for how long. Since when, desde cuándo is like since when. So the word desde is corresponds to since, and the word hace uh, corresponds to the word for when we're talking about like for how long. Now, let's have a look first at the hace, yeah, and the amount of time. And here we have some examples. ¿Hace cuánto tiempo que vives en Santiago? The word, the verb here is conjugated in present tense because it's an action that has been done but still doing it till today. So ¿hace cuánto tiempo que vives en Santiago? Means like for how long have you been living in Santiago? Yeah. Um the word tiempo is optional. You can say also hace cuánto que vives en Santiago. Yeah. And the answer is hace 2 años. So the word hace is it refers to the amount of time for the amount of time you've been doing this action. Yeah, to live in Santiago. So you've been doing this for 2 years. Yeah, for 2 years already. Um, Good. The word ya means already is an optional word you can use here as well. Let's have a look at the second example. Hace ya mucho tiempo que trabajas en el banco. This is like uh, for already how much time have you been working in the bank for the bank? Yeah. And the answer is sí, hace mucho tiempo. Yeah, for a long time. Hace ya 4 años, for already 4 years. Yeah. So this hace is like the word for, and this ya can be added. It's optional. It can be added like when you want to say for already, yeah, and then the amount of time, yeah. So yeah, this is a way, yeah, to describe or to specify the amount of time you've been doing something till today, yeah. Now, um, we also have a second expression is the word since, desde, yeah. And desde refers, it doesn't refer to the amount of time like the word hace, but it refers more to a date or a time, specific date in the past or a specific time. Um, so it's very important that you see the difference between amount of time, 2 years, 1 year, 1 day, 3 days. This is amount of time, but a date is just Tuesday, yeah, 1984. It's a specific date, so it's not saying the amount of time, but specific date. So let's have a look at some examples. ¿Desde cuándo vives en Medellín? It's like, since when do you live in Medellín? Again, verb is conjugated in present tense here as well as here. Why? Because are actions that you're still doing till now. Uh, it's like, since when do you live in Medellín? Desde 2017. So here is since 2017. Yeah, this is a date. Yeah, it's not amount of time. ¿Desde cuándo trabajas en la escuela? Since when do you work for the school? Desde enero, since January. So, as you can see, we are talking about actions that you're still doing till today. You started before, but you're still doing them. Yeah. And therefore, you're conjugating the verb in present tense. Good. Now, there is another case with desde is when you put desde plus not a date or time, but an action. For example, you've been doing something since your first, I don't know, or since you graduated, you've been doing something, or since you arrived to this country, you've been doing something. So, since you did that, like since that action that happened, you've been doing something till now. So let's have a look at examples of this. Um, Desde que is gonna be the way we're gonna use. We are not gonna say just desde, but we are gonna put desde que, and then we add the verb conjugated. Yeah, and this verb is conjugated because we are referring to something um, that happened. Yeah. Um, so let's have a look at some examples here. So, ¿desde cuándo vives en Córdoba? So let's remember, we're talking about actions that you're still doing till today. Yeah. And you started before, but still, you're doing them still till today. Desde cuando vives en Córdoba. That's why vivir is in present tense here. Yeah. So look at this answer. Desde que llegué a Argentina. So one day, yeah, you arrived to Argentina, right? You arrived to Cordoba. You arrived here. So since that very moment, you've been living in Cordoba. Yeah. So uh, llegué is in past tense. Yeah, I know it's in past tense, but why is it in past tense? Because uh, when you arrived in that very moment, when you arrived to Argentina, you've been living in Cordoba. So for all these years, yeah, since you arrived to the country, you've been living in Cordoba. Yeah. So this is the point of reference. This is the point of reference since you were doing this action here, this one here, which is to live in Cordoba. So since you arrived to this country, you've been living in Cordoba. Yeah. So another example. Desde cuándo trabajas en línea? Again, verb is in present tense because it's an action that you still do till today. You still work online. Yeah. But since when? Yeah. So um, we are going to put a reference point with an action. So, and look at this answer. Desde que existe el Internet. Since the Internet exists. So, since that moment when the Internet exists, you've been working online. Yeah. Why is this verb in present tense? Because the internet still exists. It's not something that happened and that's it. No, internet still exists. So since that moment, you've been working online and you're still working online. So just it's very important that you see the difference here. Like you know, like yeah, both actions are things that you've been doing till now. Therefore, the verbs are in present tense. But the answers are interesting because one reference point here was an action that happened in the past and it's not still happening, which is to arrive to Argentina. But the other one is a reference point as well, which is since the internet exists, but the internet still exists till today. Yeah, but still reference point since it exists, but still exists. That's why this verb is in present tense. So there is a common answer like uh, like for example, desde cuándo vives en esta ciudad? Since when do you live here? And there is a common answer which is Desde que tengo uso de razón. It's like since I can think, pretty much, like since I can reason. And desde que tengo, the verb tener here is in present tense because you still can reason. But since that moment when you started reasoning, um, so desde que tengo uso de razón means since I remember. Yeah. So yeah, this is a very interesting topic. So you have two different ways. For how long? Amount of time. For 2 years, for 3 years. Since when? It could be a date. Since January, since February. Ya, desde enero, desde febrero. O desde que llegué al país. O desde que tengo mi perro. Since I have my dog. You still have your dog. So, yeah. How to use this? Let's have a look. First of all, do your Quizlet flashcards. Yeah. If writing helps you learning, then write. Uh, what you're gonna do for now is to ask others. Since when? Or for how long? Desde cuándo? Hace cuánto tiempo? They've been doing what they do till now. And just listen to the answers. Just listen to them and just like learn from those answers. And um, then you start giving statements like I've been doing this for how long, for this kind of amount of time, or since this happened, I've been doing this. But for now, ask questions, ask others since or for how long they've been doing something that they do still today. Okay, have fun. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Hasta luego.